Well, you know, there's 5 letters in Tupac, 6 in Shakur. Or wait.
No, but
that's 56. And, you know, 56 divided by 8.
There's somebody on YouTube that will have
7-day theory.
You know what 7 days means?
Yeah, and then he died on the 7th day.
Yeah.
It's
the 7-day theory. It was all kind of stuff that was just making sense.
Mad number ciphers were popping up
Kill me
everywhere.
with this hood,
It
man.
makes my head hurt.
It makes my head hurt. Jay Moore, I got a question for you. Did you see Vladimir on, is it Pierce? What's the, you know?
Piers Morgan?
Yes.
Let's say the Piers? No, it's not Pierce, it's Piers.
Yeah,
Is it Piers? Okay, I'm sorry.
Like Piers.
Thank you. They interviewed him, and Vlad was basically saying that he solved the Tupac case because Keefe D got picked up. Did you see that?
That's not what he said.
That's not what he said.
So I'm glad y'all said that because that's the way. When I saw it, you got to think. Guess who I saw it from? What's my boy's name that hates Jay-Z?
Half of the United States.
Choke No Joke painted it as he came out there and said he, you know, figured out everything.
That's not what he said.
So I went back and watched it, and I was like, Vlad didn't say. I don't even like Vlad. I was like, he didn't say that.
Yeah. He said that basically that he took. I mean, Keefe D wrote a book.
Keefe D talked a lot also.
Yeah. So, like, I had heard Keefe D's name, but you know, I'm not involved in the underworld in that way. So I would be like searching out for pictures of Keefe D.
Right.
Like the first time I saw that I actually knew he was a real person when we sat down with Vlad.
Yeah.
And part of the reason I noticed, I was like, I had that same polo shirt. But other than that, you know, this was the worst kept secret, you know, in hip hop that, you know, Orlando had shot him and Keefe D was like all these. It just so
pretty
happened,
much all he said.
You know, and it just so happened that like there were 4 people in the car, 3 of them are dead. The one left over is Keefe D, and he likes to go and talk on the internet.
It's Crazy Money B.
And what are we talking about?
Talking about Keefe D being arrested in about the Tupac case. However many years later, what was it?
26.
Okay, 26
years. Like
1996.
96.
Yeah, at this point, it's wild because I think if you're referring to what Money B said is like Tupac's been dead longer than he's been alive.
He said that
he's only 20. He was 25 when he died. It's been 26 years.
He's like, his mom's gone, so you know how many people can actually benefit. I guess from the closure, if you will. You know, at least that's what I took from Money B. But 26 years, that's a long time, man, for a dude just to get arrested. Now Keefe D got to be in his.
He's in his 60s.
Late 50s, early 60s.
It looks like this has been weighing on him because he looks terrible.
Well, he had cancer before.
Too.
That's what made him start talking the first time.
So he thought, okay, let me get this out before the last person in the car is
Exactly.
dead.
So he ended up doing that and then put out that book and ended up beating the cancer. And here we are.
Just to get arrested.
Yeah, I mean, all Vlad said was what Jay Moore said was that this is the worst kept secret in L.A.
I have
pretty
to agree
much.
with
I
that.
mean, everybody knew that this is who did it or who was part of it, and he spoke openly about it. And pretty much, he's not the type of person that was throwing rocks and hiding his hands. He's literally been saying it, and it took this long for him to put a case together in order to actually arrest him on the charges. So I mean,
and like you said, he's the only one left. So somebody got to get it. It's him. Plus, like you said, he didn't help with all the interviews and the book, and so yeah, it might be a wrap for Buddy unless he has a good lawyer and something else. But I think he might be.
Suge is saying that he grew up with Keefe D and they played Pop Warner together, and he's not testifying against him, and he don't want to see anybody go to jail. At the end of the day, free Keefe D is what he said.
That's a good source of it's a good resource, isn't it, for somebody to come out for you?
That's crazy.
He said that for real?
He said that out of his own mouth. He's also said
what a friend.
Yeah, right.
He's also said that when they pulled up on him, when they start shooting at him, he looked him in his eyes and didn't pull off. Didn't pull off. He's the one driving. So I mean, I think it's a lot of mystery and things that happened that night that we'll never know.
I agree.
You get back in your cell, Suge.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he probably had something to do with it at the end of the day.
I don't believe that. That's the whole one of those things.
It's possible
where it's like, hey,
I don't think it's far fetched.
He got grazed.
Yeah, but you know what? He'd be like, okay, now open fire. I know I'm going to be in the car too, but make sure to shoot up the car.
Yeah.
But don't hit me.
Don't hit me.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of far fetched it seems, but
I mean,
I've also heard that he paid off some people that were involved in the shooting, in order to not mention his name in anything. I've heard that too. So, and this is after the fact.
I just can't believe there's a case that's, I don't want to say being settled or it's about to be opened, and we were kids when this actually happened.
I was
that
a senior
long
in
ago.
high school,
man.
But I mean,
on my
word
birthday
leaves
too.
for Biggie.
True.
Because I mean that
You're all
whole
stuck at the LAPD.
that whole time period was crazy.
Yeah, because we know who did that too. Watch, there's
Puff Daddy.
no, that's
Don't ask Gene Deal.
This is like the type of lore in hip hop that I'm not interested in at all for some reason. It's just like
I was because it was
I mean like now. Like
gotcha.
it's
Yeah.
like
Versus back then.
it's like people have like entire YouTube channels
conspiracies and stuff.
for going deep dives on this stuff. I'm just like, man, I don't know, and I'm never gonna know.
Yeah. So
I got to that point because at one point in time I really thought that Pac might still be alive, based off how Machiavelli album came out and who that was based off of and how he faked his death. It was just too many coincidences.
I was in that camp for a little bit.
Well, that like you remember at the beginning of Machiavelli where it sounds like somebody says
Shook shot me.
Yeah.
And then the producer was like one of the disciples, one of Jesus' disciples.
Mm-hmm.
And you never heard from that producer ever again.
Yep.
After that, it was just mad weird.
They had me for a little bit.
Yeah,
They had me for a little bit.
I was young though, so
I mean,
that's my past. I was 18.
Well, there's 5 letters in Tupac, 6 in Shakur. Or wait,
No, but
I
this
was worried about
this-
50.
yeah.
that's 56. And 56 divided by 8.
there's somebody
It's
on
7.
YouTube that will have
Seven
And
day
you know-
theory.
You know what 7 days means?
Yeah, and then he died on the 7th day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The 7-day theory. It was all kind of stuff that was just making sense.
Mad number ciphers were popping up
Kill me
everywhere.
with this hood,
it
man.
makes my head hurt. Just to,
It makes my head hurt. Nah, I mean, it was mad number ciphers floating around, and
Yeah,
to Lone's point about YouTube, there's still fresh content coming up.
yeah, because YouTube wasn't even out then.
Right. So there's fresh content coming up now about stuff that happened with him back in like 96. They're still bringing up stuff and
Yeah, I
number
remember-
ciphers and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I
It's
remember
crazy.
the grainy autopsy picture that would pop up on Rotten.com of Tupac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
People would be like, that's a dummy and this, that, and the other. I don't know if that was a real picture or not,
Look.
but it looked like it was Tupac.
Look, at the end of the day, F. Keefe D.
Yeah.
and F. 𝗂𝗪𝗓 because it is Hispanic Heritage Month.
Hey, say that. Yolanda's the one that killed Selena, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever
She
funky
foul.
ass.
Yeah, no love for 𝗂𝗪𝗓.
Yeah, I can't stand her.
I don't even like the woman who played her in the movie.
I don't either. Can't even watch that movie no more.
Because I'm like, maybe this will be the time where
Nah.
Selena don't get shot.
Hey, I'm the same way about all movies where a hero dies. I don't like watching it. I might watch it up to a certain point, then I'll turn it off because we know how this story ends.
Mhm.
So I'm done.